In 1913, Edward Thorndike, a prominent psychologist and educator, talked about the importance of making connections to help with the learning process. In mathematics education, this translates to really understanding how number facts are related and how we can use those connections to solve problems more efficiently. In this episode, I'm going to put his theory into practice by showing you the number one strategy for learning subtraction number facts today. Let me start by saying that subtraction facts are generally taught in the first year or two of school, after the students have learned all their addition facts, or at least a subset of the addition facts, depending on what curriculum they're using. Now suppose you want your students to learn 8 subtract 6. Given enough practice, they'll eventually commit that to memory. But before they do that, they have to prove or show that they can actually figure it out. What is the most efficient way to figure out 8 subtract 6? You could start with 8 and count back 6, but that's a lot of steps, more chances of making a mistake. You could start with 8 and count to 6, or start with 6 and count up to 8. But wouldn't it be nice if you had just one strategy that you could apply to all subtraction situations? Well, we do, and it's called the think addition strategy for subtraction. Now let me show you how we teach this way of thinking. First, we want to use something concrete or pictorial. I like to use a picture card like this, which shows the part, the other part, and the whole. And we call this a part-whole card. Start by hiding one part, and then ask, what do you see or know? They should be able to tell you that they can see one part, 6, and they know the total is 8. I see 6. How many more make 8? Let me repeat that. Notice my language. How many more make 8? It makes it sound like an addition problem. Now, by wording it that way, I'm leveraging a type of subtraction called unknown addend. Sometimes it's called missing addend subtraction. There are other types of subtraction too, but that is a topic for another episode. So rather than starting with 8 and counting back 6 or counting back to 6, you want the students to say, I know that 6 and 2 more is 8. See, they're leveraging something they already know. And in fact, if they don't know 6 plus 2 is 8, that's a prerequisite. If they don't know it, you shouldn't even be teaching subtraction. So again, you want them to say, I know it's 2 because I know 6 and 2 is 8. Now you could use a card like this one. This is an addition problem because you know the two parts and you don't know the total or the sum. But if I move this down here, suddenly it becomes a subtraction problem. It just happens to be expressed as an addition equation. So in doing that, we are connecting addition and subtraction. Why is it subtraction? Well, I know the total and I know one of the parts. There is a missing part. That has to be subtraction. So you want the child to say, I know it's 6 because I know 6 and 2 or 2 and 6 is 8. What I like about these cards is I can hide other elements of the equation. I could hide this addend, or I might even hide the symbol and say, what can I place there to make this equation true? It doesn't have to be just that symbol. It could also be this symbol. As recommended by Edward Thorndike, as much as possible, give your students the opportunity, or experiences at least, to see all 4 number facts that are related. This is a fact family because you can see 2 addition facts and the 2 related subtraction facts. There are 4 in all. We call it a fact family because all 4 are connected in some way. So this is what I want you to do. Remember, there's no better way to learn your subtraction facts by helping them use something they already know, and that's their addition facts. Second, with a resource such as this, use language that stresses the connection to addition. I see 6. How many more make 8? And 3, reinforce the think addition strategy by providing experiences with fact families, games like jigsaws or even concentration, which helps students see the connection between the two operations. I provided one, a very simple one for you in the link. And finally, if you've seen value in this video, go ahead and subscribe today to make sure you never miss another moment of learning with me. See you next time.